Well, GM, G to the M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pivoters, pioneers, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back. And welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some motivational and inspirational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, my friends, let me be the first to tell you we got one hell of a show on tap for you here today on this beautiful December the 12th, 2024, baby. It is the 12th. I made sure to double check. I'm looking down at my screen too right now, even though I had you all confused yesterday. It is December the 12th, 2024. It is episode 628. And we hope you're ready to wake up like never before, because we got more motivation, more good vibration, more inspiration, more of the Asians than you're going to know what to do with on this beautiful Thursday morning. But before we get into any of those Asians, the inspirations, the motivations, the good vibrations, the conversations. See, there's a lot of Asians. We must humbly ask you to do a few things. maybe first and foremost, you can find it in that big old heart of yours to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you're watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell down there as well, so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button too, so you can help that algo go and flow on the tubes. If you're enjoying it over on Rumble, maybe you can hit a subscribe, a notification, and a like button over there as well. Or if X is your platform of viewing pleasure, maybe you could hit a like, a repost, hell, even a quote post. Let the people on the X timeline know why you're tuned in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning. And last but certainly not least, shout out to all of our audio listeners of this podcast. If you're listening right now to my voice this morning or maybe this afternoon, I humbly ask that you give us a follow, leave us a subscribe, or maybe give us a 5-star rating, as it only helps us grow and flow on all those platforms like Amazon, Spotify, and even Apple Music. We appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you over there. As for all of you beautiful humming beings, tapped in, tuned in, locked in live in prime time to the live stream, or maybe you're watching the recording right here, right now. Whatever it might be, we can't thank you enough for hitting those buttons and helping us get the algo going and flowing this morning. But maybe you haven't hit them yet, and you're wondering why the hell should I do that? Well,
don't be rude.
As 45 and 47 loves to say, don't be rude. Don't be rude. Also, maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe the show makes you cry. Maybe the show makes you think. Maybe the show makes you go, I ain't never really thought of it that way before. That's some pretty good perspective. Well, if it does, don't be a host, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program. My friends, I've said us, I've said we, I've said fellas a few times, and all you have seen is me on your screen, but you have heard some sounds. That must mean a young man is here with us once again. Not even 12 hours ago, we were rocking and rolling on our weekly Wednesday show. Now here he is back live in primetime, setting the vibe. My guy, Mr. Producer, Derek Deezy Snow, D-E-E-Z-Y-Y. Great morning, Deez. How you doing? Wow! Shout out to you, my guy. And if you don't know, you won't know, but there is another man who this show would not be possible without. Well, it is possible without, as we've had shows without him before, but the vibes just aren't the same. You know, the conversation just doesn't have the same acclaim. Ooh, I'm a poet now. You really know it this morning, because the man joining us now from parts unknown, a brand new locale, is the founder of the Grandpa Ape Country Club.
What?
The lead pro on the GACC Greens, if you will.
What?
He is a professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. Honestly, looks like your app, for crying out loud, when you take a look at his music selection. It is like, goodness gracious, I thought I had all the songs in the world. There's all the songs in the world. How does he take that song and then that song and figure out how they sound the same and then put them into one song and make me start to move and gyrate my body? Oh my gosh, how is this possible? Making him a human iPod.
What?
He is a purveyor of positive vibes.
What?
A curator of high-level energies.
What?
A certified PLP pusher.
What?
My friends, he's the jet plane flying.
What?
McLaren driving.
What?
Well, Ram truck driving for today.
What?
He's also the Jesus Peace dangler.
What?
Rolex rocking.
What?
President of St. Louis, Missouri.
What?
He is Sweet James Jones himself.
What?
The one and the only.
What?
With an emphasis on the one. He's DJ Swirl One. Great morning, Swirl One. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing amazing, my friend. I am definitely up. Hey, you think it's cold there? It's like minus something over here. I don't even want to look outside. I see a truck that's been warming for at least 15 minutes, and there's still nothing on the windshield that shows it's defrosting. That's how cold it is outside. So we're keeping it warm in here. Got my long sleeve. You see that quarter zip? Hey, how you like that, man? I tell you, these are the best. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
That's the stuff. Chef's kiss for sure. And yeah. Oh, yeah. Great morning. I got my coffee. That's right. Great morning. Got a little coffee there.
Mm-hmm.
Water. You know what I mean? A little water.
Mm-hmm.
I even have a little juice of the apple variety. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're doing all that here.
Fancy.
Yeah. Hey.
Good morning, Vietnam.
I love it. Shout out to Robert Williams. What a great dude that was. Hey, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We are so close to the weekend. I can feel it. I've been on the road, parts unknown. I'm not even getting home until tomorrow afternoon. So I'll be in a new locale tomorrow too. So this here room you see me in will not be where I'm going to be tomorrow. So, hey, moving and grooving, running and gunning, creating some vibes for you to get outside and start your day so alive, baby. Ooh, I'm a poet and you now know it, my friends. That's right. We got some Asians. We got some
Hail.
We got some, I don't know, maybe some lions today. Maybe not. Maybe not. If you know, you know. And if you don't, you're going to want to tune into that one. That was a good one for sure. So shout out to everybody in there. I'm ready to rock. Do me a favor, though. I was just noticing timeline's a little dry, you know, not any cool stuff out there. And everybody's worried about drones and UFOs and all these different. All we want to do is just spread some inspiration, some motivation, and let everybody out there know what we're doing. So please do us a favor. Send a text message, send a DM. Maybe you just click the link, you copy the link, and you slide it over onto your timeline so somebody can see that you are enjoying these immaculate vibes first thing in the morning. So for DZ and Cap, I know I'm ready to rock. I know you guys are too. So Cap, let's keep it on moving with this here program, my friend.
Oh, I'm ready to rock and roll, Swirl One. Shout out to you. Great morning, my guy. Always great to see you. Beaming, shining, ready to rock and roll on here. Fucking mustache in the mouth. I was what the fuck was that? While I was still talking. Maybe it's because I was a fucking being a lion over here. Who's to say? Who's to know? If you don't know what that reference is from, my friends, that is from yesterday's morning laugh. And every single morning, we like to begin with a little chuckle around here. A little funny, haha. I like to scroll through the interwebs. Maybe somebody shares something with me. Maybe I find it on Facebook or Instagram or the talk of the tick variety, or maybe over on the shorts of the YouTube variety. Who's to say, who's to know? But wherever I find it, when I see it and I get a regular old knee slapper going on, I say, by golly goodness, I got to bring that to the show. And, you know, especially when there's a wake up or a good morning or something of that nature involved with the vidya. And for those of you listening to the audio version, because I did share the audio version of the show with somebody yesterday, DJ Swirl One. I'm not a hoe. I share the show. My boy Matt, we were banging some weight yesterday. He said, "What the fuck you do, bro?" I said, "Oh man." He said, "Did I see you yesterday?" I said, "No, I was in here early as shit. We didn't have our show on YouTube X and Rumble." He said, "Show?" I said, "Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm not a hoe. I'm supposed to share that show." "Hey, yeah, let me tell you about that show." So I told him about it. I asked him his favorite platform. I said, "Well, shit, we over there." And I gave him the Spotify link, watched him pull it up, hit a subscribe. So shout out. If you're listening, you probably want to tune in because we got a lot of vidyas, and the vidyas are really cool. But maybe we can also just start putting the full vidya version of this podcast on Spotify too. I know that's an option. Who's to say, who's to know what might happen? But that's a whole other rabbit hole because we're first diving down the rabbit hole of a little laugh, of a little chuckle. And, you know, yesterday we went way out to the desert to see some fellas play a little prank, a little good morning prank. And today we're also having a similar good morning prank, but we're coming back to the States. See, this seems like what might be a brother and sister, or maybe a husband and wife. I'm not really sure the dynamic, but chances are this happens a lot. And it looks like this guy is plumb sick and fucking tired of this probably happening to him a brunt of the times. So without further ado, my friends, we get the show started this morning with what a way to wake up.
Look.
Look at his face. He's so pissed.
That's definitely a wife or girlfriend, dude.
That's what I'm
100%.
thinking.
It's a
Oh,
woman.
shit.
Oh, I'd be so mad, bro.
Oh, shit.
I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
My laugh is fucking
Bro,
great.
let me tell you something.
Oh,
The look is a look of a guy that's like, okay, woman, that's enough. I'm done. This can't happen anymore. We're not even sleeping in the same bed anymore. That's it. That's what that look is right there. That's why I don't have a girlfriend. She would do that to me, and that'd be the end of it right there. I'd kick her out. Sorry.
I feel like that exact same thing. Somebody would get in her ear and it would happen to me. Say, hey, Capp has Diamond Hand Media Group and all this content and shit. You should just like start making prank videos and posting them to Diamond Hand Media Group. I feel like that would just start happening to me. And then I would be all over the internet getting the shit kicked out of me or tar and feathered or who knows what might possibly happen.
Well, there is, I can't even think of their names, but they always do pranks on each other. And the girl's pretty hot. The dude's all built up and they're like, but they 100% are always pranking each other inside their house. Flour, water, all that kind of good stuff. And I don't know how they clean this stuff up, but they are constantly making a mess of each other inside. I don't know how they stay together. I'd be at ends with that person. It'd be all right. Let's go outside. That's it. We're done. We're going outside. Come on.
Hey, anything for a little money, man. Anything for a little money.
They're making it, dude. I've seen it. I know they've got hundreds of thousands of views, dude.
Hey, they're out there making a little bit of dough. Who's to say? Who's to know? There's a few of them couples out there doing them prank videos.
Money.
Yeah, money. What's the one?
Money.
I can't think of the damn name, but these people are funny, man. I can't have a girl like that. I'm sorry. I like a girl that's playful, but there's no way I could deal with that all day long.
Yeah, that's
especially
great.
if I have to make that look and there's a camera in my face as soon as I wake up. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not a happy camper when I wake up at all. I don't fucks with that. I need to take my time to wake up, to get myself straight, to be able to handle the world and have high level conversations and be a normal human being and not fucking as soon as something fucking bad happens. All right. I'm and DZ's seen it. DZ's seen it. Somebody kicked my door down live in prime time one time in all goodness of their heart, but I did not see it that way, and boy, I come out of my room madder than a motherfucking hornet, boy. I said, what the fuck are you doing here at fucking 7:30? It is fucking New Year's Day. I'm still fucking drunk, and you're in my kitchen making food. What the fuck?
So funny story this morning, right? I'm waking up, my alarm's going off at 5:30, and I'm like, oh, I don't really want to, right? And I'm like, all right, and I got a second one at like 5:40. So I did click the snooze button. I'm like, all right. And as soon as that second one went off, I'm like, damn it, I gotta get up. All right, so I got up. I started looking around, started cleaning up the room, doing all the different things. And then all of a sudden I hear ding, and I'm like, who the hell is texting me first thing in the morning at this time? And I was all fired up. I was like, what? And then another one came through, and I was like, who the hell is texting me? I looked, and it was like just some random text from some spam thing. I was so mad, though. I was like, do you realize what time it is? What? Why are you texting me right now? Do you realize I'm not even supposed to be up right now? I was so mad. I was triggered just this morning, just from that. So
hey man, it was a late night for me. I had the I don't want us this morning. That alarm was smacking me in the head because we had nightcap last night and it smacked me in the head. Oh shit, that came quick, fast, and in a hurry. Oh dear, but that's all right. Little vitamins, little coffee, little.
When I saw Capp this morning, he was about to die when he was in the green room.
Oh yeah, I might have took just a little bit too big of a hit first thing in the morning. Yeah, that was a big old bowl, and I didn't realize how big the bowl was. And then, boy, oh boy, I walked away, and my eyes started watering and crossed.
I thought he was crying, and he was. He was like,
I was crying. My nose was leaking. One of them hits. As soon as you hit it, it makes your eyes just go like this because they cross so much you can't even see. Yeah, it's just got that much doggone terpenes in it. It just makes you go, oh shit, I'm gonna be high as a motherfucker right now. Oh no.
I feel your pain. I've been there. Who's to say, who's to know?
So I was pretty baked pre-show. Now it's starting to settle in, ease in. I'm feeling real good about it. The wake and bake is starting to be real good flowing through the body. Right first, it was real intense. It was like a doggone or a roller coaster, for crying out loud. I was going up, going up, going up. Oh shit! I went down. And then all of a sudden, okay, nice, easy. We got some loop-de-doops. It's time to have a little bit of fun. We're feeling it. So, my friends, there's some opening banter for you, a little morning laugh. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you on the regular. I don't know what type of tape that was. I ain't never seen some tape.
I've never seen such a thing. It looked like, I don't know, it looked like wrapping paper.
Right? I ain't never seen nothing like that. I thought that maybe that was from the UK or something. Maybe that was something different. Because I ain't never.
This stuff was like,
Yeah, dude, I ain't never seen no, and it's had like the double layer that she ripped off. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Oh, and that would hurt for me, dude. I got a mustache and a beard. Oh, fuck, that would suck, dude. Man, good thing I don't have to worry about that right now. But my friends, you are tuned in, tapped in, locked in, live in prime time to episode 628 of Fuerge and Fuel. And it's time to get right on into it. It's time to dive deep into the program. Start doing a little sharpening. Start doing a little reacting. Start watching some clips. Start sharing our perspectives. Start taking down some notes. So here's a reminder to get out that notebook or that journal, that pen or that pencil, whatever you might need to keep track and stock of the knowledge and insights about to come your way over the course of the next hour or so, baby. Because, my friends, the show is open. The sign is officially on. The coffee is a-flowing. Me and Swirl are a-going. So it must seem that it's time for us to get into the first segment of the day. Pull out those weapons, those samurai swords, those battle axes, those dull blades that have been going through obstacles this entire week. It's time to sharpen them back up. Get them ready to slice right through those trials and tribulations and turn them right into triumphs as we get into your sharpening session. Alrighty then, my friends. Back here on episode 628 of Forge and Fuel for your first segment of the day, your sharpening session. Once again, it is December the 12th, 2024, and we hope you're ready to wake up like never before. Because this morning, my friends, we're talking about something very close and special to my heart. Something that I got some strong perspectives on. I'm sure this guy over yonder has some good perspectives as well. And if you didn't read the title of the show, you will not know what we are starting with. So let me be the first to get you up to date. Our sharpening session topic of the day: what determines leadership? What determines leadership? You know, I was sitting here thinking, which I know is a really dangerous thing. When the old gears begin to turn, the steam and smoke starts to shoot out of the ears, I get some wild thoughts going on from time to time. Just ask Grammy P about some rabbit holes we be going down. That's the tip of the iceberg of rabbit holes I be going down. But I started thinking about leadership. I started sitting back and thinking, what does it mean to be a leader? What is leadership? What can you do to improve leadership? Is it something that you're born with? Is it skills or qualities you can refine and refine and refine again and be made into a leader? Or must you be born a leader? And I started spinning on a lot of these thoughts, and I said, what is leadership? What does everybody know leadership as? The 99% layman's term, this is leadership. I would call it layman's leadership, if you will. And it is simply someone holding a position of power over you. Your boss, your manager, the government, whatever it might be, you name it. Maybe the person that cuts your checks, the person that you get something from, whatever it might be. We perceive leadership as somebody in a person of power above us. And I believe they keep us in this thought, in the system, that all of these people are above us and we could never measure up and we're just lowly W-2 employees and they're the CEO and they're so much smarter when they most likely started right where you started, and give us these titles to keep us stuck in this layman's view of leadership. You know, the deputy director of the vice presidential cabinet of the secretary of the House. What the fuck does that even mean, Sally? You know, have you ever gone on to LinkedIn and you clicked on somebody's page and they got like 17 words in their title? And you're like, what does that even mean? You just got words behind your name and letters just to try and make yourself feel cool. You're just trying to make people think that you're a leader, trying to think that you're out there moving and grooving and shaking and doing the game. I don't have any of those dumbass titles. As a matter of fact, I do have dumbass titles. I'm a mental vacation provider. I'm a professional problem solver. I am a truth seeker. I am a rubber salesman. And I am a networking king. You can tell me, a 3-year-old could tell me what all of those things are. I don't buy into titles because titles, in my opinion, are fake. And yeah, maybe you need them in some places here or there in the hierarchy of a corporation. But I really truly believe that in this layman's view of leadership, it's meant to keep us in this hierarchy and keep the poor poor and the rich rich and not allowing you to break out of the matrix. So I started to think about true leadership. What is true leadership? What the hell is it even defined as? If we have this social construct that layman's leadership is just somebody in a position of power above us, what is true leadership? Well, if you look it up, Merriam-Webster, Cambridge Dictionary, any doggone encyclopedia from here to Kingdom Come or dictionary, whatever you want, true leadership is consistently defined as, or leadership or leading, whatever, is defined as one who leads or the ability to lead or a leader of sorts. Leadership is consistently defined with its own word, either lead, leading, leader, or something in between. And then you go to those words, leader, someone who has the ability to lead. You click on lead, the ability to show leadership. And then you click on leadership, and it's just a never-ending circle. You can't define the word with the word. We learned that in 3rd grade, for crying out loud. So I thought, what the hell is leadership? What is leadership? And I wrote down a new definition. And I say true leadership is the ability to set a standard far above and beyond than what the average person is doing. I believe that true leadership is simply the ability to be a part of the 1%, to do things completely different than anybody else is doing. Let me give you some examples. Doing what you say you're going to do. Leadership. Staying consistent. Leadership. Staying disciplined and overcoming the I don't want us, as we talked about this morning. Leadership. Helping others achieve their goals, being their mentor. Leadership. Staying in the present moment while everyone's in the future, anxious and fearful. Leadership. Working to get 1% better every single day, even if only by that 1%. Leadership. Fucking around and finding out over laying around and missing out. Leadership. It's almost as if all these things we talk about, if you apply them, you too can be a leader. It's almost as if leader is not something you have bestowed upon you by the Queen of England. We knight thee leader, go forth and lead. Rather, it's something that you can learn. Yeah, there are born leaders. I believe some of us are born with this shit. Some of us are the me and swirls. And then there are those who can be taught how to lead. Like the Deezies. My guy who has completely turned around his entire fucking life and now started to become a leader. And I'll leave you with this quote that ties perfectly in with this thought right now. Leadership is an act. Leadership is an act, not a position. Leadership is an act, not a position. You're not going to get leadership qualities. You're not going to become a leader sitting at a desk. Maybe the only place is in corporate America. Everywhere else, I believe, in my opinion, you become a leader by getting in the battlefield, swinging a sword a couple times, and showing others that it's possible too. Who's to say? Who's to know? DJ Swirl One, do you agree? Do you disagree?
Hey, buddy, let me tell you, last night I was sitting I had a bunch of my team with me. All week I've been with my team, even last week, and I've put them all over this country. I've flown them everywhere. Let's put it that way in the last 2 weeks. They have met me everywhere to help me with certain things and to get things going. So right now they're out here in Fargo and Bismarck, and these people aren't used to that kind of thing, but that's what they're doing right now, right? And matter of fact, yesterday we had it's kind of funny this is the topic today, because yesterday we had a huge conversation about leadership. And I've been doing what I've been doing for 13 years. And in that 13 years, for the past probably 7.5, 9 years, maybe somewhere in that area, I have hired so many people, and they've all worked through me to get to different positions. Some have worked through me to leave positions, and that's just the way things are. You got to understand that about it. But yesterday I was sitting with one of my newer associates, and I got a text message, and it was a negative text message. Hey, blah, 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 meeting, right? Oh my gosh, come to Jesus. Okay, well, so we scheduled a meeting for late in the afternoon, about 4:00. And I knew going into this meeting that it was, obviously from the tone of the text message, wasn't going to be the best meeting, right? So I knew right away, guess what's going to have to happen? My leadership qualities are going to have to stand out. But I already knew it was going to be a tough battle. I knew it as I walked in. I looked over the field and I said, man, got a lot of army over there, and they've got some weaponry, right? We gave them some cannon fodder right now. So I got on the meeting, and not only did we have a little bit of technological, mishaps, so we couldn't communicate very well through the Teams call or Zoom or whatever the hell you want to call it. But at the end of the day, boy, I got my ass kicked. Let me tell you, I got my ass kicked up and down every bit of that phone call. I mean, geez Louise. And I smiled the whole time. I kept my levity about me. I made sure I caught everything they said and repeated it in a way that said, look, I understand. I'm on the same page. What you're saying is unacceptable. I get what you're doing 100%. And I got to tell you, I walked out of that meeting. I hung up that and I turned around to my employee, and they looked at me like, wow, how did you do that? And I just started smiling. I said, you know what? I've been doing this for way too long. That person and I have gone to fisting cuffs back and forth. This is just another round, right? And I think about that. And the one thing that you got to understand about leadership is when you are in that fight and you do get socked in the face, what happens? And the people who are watching you are waiting for your reaction. They're trying to find out if you are that leadership material, right? Eating crow's not fun and it tastes horrible. But when you've been eating crow and turning it into crow soup, all of a sudden you find the right ingredients, you get yourself a little bit of seasoning, and somehow or another, you create a dish out of that, right? Going first is leadership. Providing opportunities is leadership. You were trying to define it. And what I would say is, and I didn't look this up and I didn't go, but I was just sitting there as you were talking about it. And I said, literally, a leader or leading or being in the lead is nothing more than providing guidance. That's what it is. I'm providing guidance. What does that mean? I'm making sure that it doesn't matter who's in front of me. I'm going to find a way to make a path. I'm going to show people the path. I'm going to allow them to go their way, but I'm going to help illuminate that path for them. I'm going to provide the guidance that's going to allow them to move forward without any extracurricular people or things coming to say, hey, you got to do this. Because leaders just get up and find the path or forge the path, right? One thing I would say every time I just said right, and that pissed me off just now. Wow. Don't do that. Careful about the rights. You got the rights, the so's, and the ums. I'm getting better at the rights. So people want leaders. They really do. And everywhere you look, people are looking for them to lead them everywhere. It's like, I want somebody who can show me how to do this. They go to YouTube. I need somebody who can show me this or that. Well, hell, you might even tune into this show because you need something to help start your day, provide some guidance for your morning. And that's what we try to do in here all the time. But I'll tell you about leaders. Leaders don't look for other leaders. You know what leaders look for? Mentors. Leaders look for mentors. And the reason being is because a leader understands they can provide guidance, they can shine the light, they can create the path, but they can't always see all of the different things that are really in front of them. So they have to get a mentor who might see it from 30,000 foot view or might have been there before and say, hey, you know what? You're on the right path. I can see the path. You're guiding that correctly. But let me adjust this because the way I see you going right now, it's going to be this way, but just a little, and you're going to go this way. You know, it's kind of interesting because I used to live in New Mexico, and there's, if you looked at the border of New Mexico, if you look at it, the right side of it, if you look, there's a little notch in it over there on the right side, right? And it's just a little notch over there. You don't even realize it's there. But the funny thing about it is, it's very much like leadership. When the mentor can see it from 30,000 foot view, he can make those small adjustments to make sure that you're on the right line. Well, that line is there because somebody started at the bottom of the state, walked up, and was accidentally just curved a little bit. And then when they got to the top of state and they realized, wait a minute, I don't see you, bro. Where are you? The guy that was coming from the other side, he's like, wait a minute, I'm over here. And they're like realizing that they're 50 miles apart, right? One went this way, the other one went this way. And so what they did is just notched it. Right? Well, we'll just do this. They didn't want to restart and redo the whole thing. But that 1 degree of separation down at the beginning of that line created 50 miles of difference later on. And that's what a mentor is going to do for you. They're going to help you stay on that path so you don't end up 50 miles away from the goal that you're trying to get to, so that they do provide the guidance to make sure they can see, hey, I can see way ahead of you and you need to adjust just a little bit this way or you're not going to hit that goal. That's what it's about. That's what leadership does. It provides you the support and the guidance to be able to reach your goals, to get to where you want to be with the least amount of effort and headache. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not easy. Like I said, the least amount. Hey, yesterday was tough. I got my ass kicked. No two ways about it. I got to make a call today and fix all that. And I got all the information and ready to rock, but it's going to be a great day because I know this. That was yesterday. I handled that battle. All I need to do today is solution for it. I reached out to the people I needed to get the information from, and now I can go through today leading a brand new day and forgetting about what yesterday was, right? So being able to go through the battle, like Capp said, is the thing. It's not always about being first in the battle. It's being able to see the battle from 30,000 feet and understanding what strategies are going to be needed in order to create some wins today. Because as we all know, you only have today. And if you have consistency, that compound interest and that forward movement will gain so much ground on the enemy. And you, my friends, will become a leader. You're on mute.
Well, that's the show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. I was muted for a reason. That's it. We're done. That's all we needed. There we go. My perspective, I mean, sheepers, what the hell? The chat's on fire right now. I mean, it is hot on episode 628 of Forge and Fuel. Man, there's a couple of good quotes in here, and I know we usually save this, but I just want to pop up one emotions right here. This one right here. One of the best pieces of advice I got when running kitchens was, you will be much more successful when you learn you're not managing actions, you're leading emotions. Changed how I built teams. Man, that is so powerful, dude. I was sitting here thinking about that too while you were talking. I wrote that down, and man, it goes back to what we were talking about. Man, maybe you were in Miami and I was talking about, oh yeah, you were in Miami. Shit, you didn't even hear this. I was reading a couple Bible verses. And there is a verse in the Bible that says, he who can control his own emotions is stronger than he who can conquer a city. And man, it goes back to what we've talked about before. If you can't control your emotions, how can anybody expect you to control anything? And man, you're not delegating tasks, but trying to get people to become the best versions of themselves and see the value and the assets and the abilities they have. And, you know, man, I just think about our it's only data conversation, Swirl. Like that's where it all changed for me. That's where, and I know you've seen that. I know you've seen the whole 180 since that moment on. And, you know, that's who true leaders are. People who want to see the best version of you, people who want to see you get to the next level. And I love what you said. Leaders look for mentors. Leaders look for people who can make them the best versions of themselves. They don't just sit around and say, yeah, I got it all figured out. I'm the smartest. I'm the best. I don't need anybody. I'm all good. That shit pisses me off, man. Even when people have reached the upper echelons of life, you still have stuff to learn. the world's still changing, things still evolving, things are still growing. You still got to keep making plays if you want to keep adding to that stack of 100 million, 1,000 billion, whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't just keep coming in for no reason. You got to keep evolving. So that's where I just have such a disconnect with some of these guys, especially these podcasters or some people who find themselves in these lanes at a higher level, that they just seem that they have this position of power leadership. It's less of the true leadership, the ability to just set a standard. And maybe they can talk about it here or there, but are they really living it, man? And I know for a fact we are really living it. I watch it every single day. And JK just said another thing in there. Leaders elevate others. People in places of position, authority just try to dominate. And it's so true. If you want to question if I'm a leader or not, and I'm not tooting my own horn, I'm just, look at DZ, man. Look at fucking DZ. Look at where he's at. You know, fuck, when I first met DZ, this motherfucker could barely put a whole sentence together. He was so afraid when he drove into my parking lot for the first time. I will never forget it. I was like, you know what? This kid needs somebody, man. This kid, I see something in him, and he fucking needs somebody to kick him in the ass and say, brother, you can fucking do this. Your whole fucking life, everybody has told you you're a piece of shit, you're fucking worthless, you're never going to measure up, but guess who's here to fucking tell you you do measure up? And in moments when I see you slipping, dog, I got you. I fucking got you. And we got some clips later on that are, man, going to build so good on this shit. And a lot of people ask, how do you find a mentor? Where do you get a mentor? When the student is ready, the teacher arrives. All you have to do is be open. I met this fucking clown roaring like a fucking lion on an X Space, for crying out loud. Talking about fucking NFTs that don't even exist anymore and storylines that we thought were going to be the next future of the generation. And oh my gosh, talking all these big things. And oh, wow, shout out the third brunch. Fucking assholes. Who's to say, who's to know? But I'll tell you what, we realized that we needed each other. We realized we could do some pretty cool fucking things. And we realized that, damn, maybe we're both leaders and we just need someone to help us continue to lead. And I'm just so fucking grateful that we stumbled across each other, man, and that we've gotten to where we're at right now. And, you know, I told DZ last night, coming off of Decoding the Divide, we had an amazing show. And I said, man, we're really doing some shit right now. We're really out here doing it. I am just grateful that you're a part of it. I'm grateful that we got this team. I'm grateful we're doing the right things right now and setting an example, setting a standard, showing people what it means to be leaders, man.
I'll tell you what, you tripped a lot of triggers there with me, because I'm in a position of leadership transition right now, where obviously you guys know I'm going into a new whole realm of what I'm going to do. And doing so, this will be the first time in 9 years, 7, 8, 9 years that I have not led a team or don't have a team. It's going to be just me, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'd work well in teams or without. But one thing that I've realized, and one thing as I'm talking to my people around me that are going to have to get the transition, they're going to get a new leader, right? They're getting somebody else that quote unquote needs to be the leader. Well, I was with that person last week and I gave them a little bit of advice. And you know what they told me? Oh, I'm plug and play, bro. I'm plug and play. Gosh, I got this. And I'm looking at them like, I've been doing this for 7.5 years. Okay. I'm getting my ass kicked consistently on a weekly basis from some of the people you're going to have to deal with. And if you think you're plug and play, let me tell you, buddy, you are sorely mistaken. You are going to have a very bad time. And what I thought of was, how many times has this person already reached out to the new team? So I asked the team, have they reached out to you? No, they haven't reached out. Okay. There's a notch in the non-leader column. Okay. Here's the other thing. I gave this person an opportunity to get a rung up, and I threw them a bone. Hey, by the way, are you available for X date or X date, so that you can, I didn't even say what it was, but are you available? Obviously, coming from me to somebody that's going to be replacing me, they might ask a question like, well, I'm not really sure, Swirl, what is it that you need? You know, or I could possibly, or I'm not sure what's going on. Instead of that, you know what they said? 3 letters, PTO. Got you. Got you. Okay. So guess who's going to be doing that? Me. Okay. Guess who's going to step up and make sure that happens? Me. Because I lead by example. I step in front of the fire. I don't miss opportunities to make things happen. When people offer something and you hear a question, that is an opportunity to provide a solution to them, to be a body to help them at that point in time. And if you don't take that opportunity, you're the one that's missing that leadership opportunity. You're the one that's not showing that leadership class, the things that are supposed to be there. The reason why a team may not buy into you is because you aren't doing anything to make them buy into you. You're not putting any capital into them. There's no investment there. They just think they're going to come in and plug and play. Well, let me tell you something. I see plug and play leaders every single day. They work behind their computer and they plug in that computer and they just play on those keys and hope they can find what's wrong with their system or their situation or wherever they're at. And I tell you right now, that's not how you lead. You have to be in the trenches with your people. You have to have done what they are doing. If you have not done that, there's no validity to that. And if you can say all day long, oh, I came from this or that, but they don't know you from Adam. And if they don't see you replicating the actions of a leader that they know, they're going to look at you like, man, I don't know if this guy's the right kind of leader for me. And you're going to lose people and you're going to lose confidence and you're going to lose production because of the fact you did not connect with your team on the levels that you needed to. So as you go through all of this, and one thing that I told from Capp, and this is one thing he said about me before, one of the reasons why we talk and he takes some advice from me is because I do the things I say. I am the person that I am. I have gotten to those, and it's not something that happened a while back. No, I have shown that these things are actually happening, right? And the kind of leader that would say, hey, I want to sell it all and get rid of it and watch me do it again, because that's the kind of leader that you want, is one that's not afraid to start from a blank slate, clean sheet of paper, right? And find a way to make a win from nothing.
Hot damn. Woo-hoo-hoo. You know, I had a crazy thought while you were spitting hot fire flame heat right there. You know, I was thinking back to my time in corporate America, and you know, I wasn't a leader, and you were describing what I would do sometimes. And when I first got into the role, and it was because I didn't have the right person leading me. And all I wanted to do was buck the system. All I wanted to do was give them a middle finger, say, fuck you, I'm going to do what I do. And I started thinking about it more, and the system literally is set up to get us in that mindset, to have us viewing these people in positions of power as they don't want what's best for us. They don't want to push us forward. They don't want to get us to another level. So we just buck the system and whatever, and fuck them. They don't really give a shit about me. I got PTO. Fuck this shit. This company doesn't give a damn about me, whatever. And we just get in this cycle of just hating our jobs, hating our life. It's all bullshit. Well, then I get fired from that job because I was a terrible fucking employee. I'll admit it. I was a terrible fucking employee. I was bucking the shit out of the system. I wasn't buying into their mission, vision, values. I was calling everybody out. I was fucking telling them what was what. There was a doggone whole round table meeting. Everybody in the office, VP of the fucking company comes down and fucking goes around the table and it starts asking people, what's wrong with this office? Why are the numbers down? What's the issues? Why do we have so many complaints? What's the problem? And everybody one at a time is just, well, you know, we could try this level of thing and we could do this. And one at a time, he goes, nope, that ain't what I'm looking for. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm sitting at the end of the table. I'm the last motherfucker he gets to because I was just done at this. I was like, fuck this shit. This is stupid. Gets to me. He goes, all right, you got the chance to save the day. What do I want to hear? And I looked at him and I saw the seriousness in his eyes, and I looked around the table and I saw how stupid everybody looked. And I said, you know what? The problem is that you're sleeping with you. You can't wait to get to you in the bathroom every time. You two can't ever stay outside for fucking smoking all the time. You fucking three. Literally, it's actually like working in a fucking sorority house with you three dumbasses. And I just started fucking going off. And I was just so fucking pissed. And I was just laying it real raw and open. I get done and he looks at me. He's like, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. And that's a true leader. He saw that I had the ability to lead and stand up and be, hey, this is what the fuck it is. This is what we got to fix. I'm real raw and open. Take the mask off. Let's go. And then we get out of that meeting, and my manager, who I butted heads with, who I would probably slap the shit out of to this day, didn't even shake my hand the day I got fired, chuckled at me and watched me walk out the door. Sack of shit. I walk back and he goes, what happened in that meeting? Word was already getting throughout the office. There was already, what happened? What's going on? What's the deal? Was trying to be all inquisitive and high school sandbox drama and games and shit. And I just can't play that. That's not the type of people I want to be around. And I just kind of had this whole realization as you were talking about that, like, man, you can so easy just get stuck in that bullshit and hating your boss and hating your job and hating your life and not having a chance to become a leader, because that's how the fucking system's set up. They don't want leaders. They don't want people breaking out. They don't want people knowing all these things we talk about and starting their own businesses, building their own dreams, laying their own gravel, making their own investments. Who's to say, who's to know? Just some thoughts I had about being back in the old corporate America days.
So what you just described is what I deal with a lot. And what I call it is telling them their baby is ugly. That's what I call it. I say it all the time. You got to tell them that their baby's ugly. If the baby's ugly, you got to say it. You know, oh, you have the cutest baby. Baby's like in the corner. You're like, that is not a cute baby. Okay, you just got to say it. Not every baby is pretty or cute. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, that cutest thing. I'm like, oh hell no, that looks like a 70-year-old man right there. What are you talking about? Like Benjamin Button. Like, you know what I mean? Stop it. Not every baby is pretty. Okay, they're not. So sometimes you have to tell them that their baby is not pretty. It's not. But at the same time, you have to understand you have somehow some ownership of that baby. So regardless if it's pretty or not, you got to love that baby. You're going to find a way to put some lipstick on that baby and make it look good, right? And that's what he just described, right? Sometimes people are in there telling you, I need to know what my baby looks like because I'm a little jaded, a little biased. And every time I look at it, I think it's the cutest thing in the world. But you know exactly what I'm talking about when you see that kid and they're not the cutest thing in the world, but they're like, oh, they're so cute. And you're like, that is not cute. That action is not cute. The way you're acting, the way that you discipline them, the way that they don't have any discipline is not cute. Have you ever seen a kid just get away with everything and like, oh, that's just so cute? They're actually encouraging that. That's when you got to tell them their baby's ugly right then. And sometimes in business, you have to tell them their baby's ugly, but you say it with a smile. Why? Because I mean well, and I'm okay to take care of your baby. But right now, the baby is a mess.
Hey, bro, I was a pretty cute baby. I'm not going to lie. I was a good looking baby. I'm not going to lie to you.
Biased.
No, dude, I'm not biased.
At all,
I'm not. Okay, stop it. I'm not biased. I'm about to do this right now. I don't give a damn. I'm going to pull it up here right now live in prime time. I got a baby picture.
Every time I see a baby, I literally think that looks like about, I don't know, $1.5 million and a whole lot of headaches and sickness.
Wow. I mean, tell them how it really is, DJ Swirl One.
Bro, go look it up. Tell me how much it costs to run a kid right now, 1 to 21. It's about $1.5 million. Every time you pop one out, baby. Come on.
Yeah. You got a very good point. Who's to say, who's to know? But I would just like to say that there are a lot of ugly children out there. Lot of ugly children. However, I do not believe that I fell into that rabbit hole as a child. I don't know. Wait, maybe we can ask the audience. We'll see here. Anytime I get an opportunity to show off this picture, I mean, this right here, man, like this, you look at this and you say, man, this is a kid that I want to hang out with. This is a kid that I would like to be surrounded with. So without further ado, my friends, this right here is young Colt. And this is what happens when you gave young Colt a can of pop. Boy, oh boy, did he have some fun those days. Without further ado, here is the one, the only young Captain Colt. Shebang! There he is! Tell me I'm not the cutest motherfucker in the world, bro! Tell me I'm not cute as shit, bro! Come on!
I'm not going to say anything. You don't even understand, bro. I'm just not a kid person. I look at that and go, put a taped shirt on that kid, wipe his face,
bro,
do something there. Come on, man.
I'm such a good looking kid, man. That's the best. Come on,
Shout
man.
out Mama Capp. I'm not taking shots. I'm having fun. So
who's to
I love the dude. He's my guy.
Swirl is a kid hater. Holy shit, that's
bro,
crazy.
I can't stand him. I'm telling you. You know why? It's because of what I just said. Everybody thinks their baby's cute and they're so biased and they don't really see the flaws. And I'm just like, look, dude, at the end of the day, if you treat that kid like that, they're going to be a horrible adult. That's the way I think about it.
Yeah, well, I can't argue with you there. Who's to say, who's to know? I don't think it's the kid's fault these days. I think it's the parents' fault. We got kids raising kids, complete dumbasses, raising more dumbasses, and we wonder why society is where it is right now. Who's to say, who's to know? Well, there's our opening thoughts on leadership. That went into all sorts of different rabbit holes here, there, everywhere. Took a nice little U-turn.
I'm joking on your baby picture, bro.
Hey, man,
you turned out to be a pretty good dude, bro.
You can't hurt me, bro. It's all right.
I know.
It's all right.
Hey, we're good.
Maybe like 3 years ago you could have, but right now you can't fucking hurt me, bro. You it's all right, dude. Hey, just like if I would pop up that old chin strap on the screen.
I laugh at that every time. I make fun of myself. I make fun of myself on that one. So let me tell you,
I'll make fun of myself too.
Just like the haircut you had.
Hey, my hair's fixed.
Just like the haircut you had in Vegas, I have also made some. I could pop up a picture, and I'll have to find it for you. I'll have to pop up a picture of one of my high school, and that was a high school yearbook. It might have been. You won't believe what this looks like when I show it to you. I'll have to find it and show it, but you're gonna look at it and go, "What the hell were you thinking?" I'm like, I don't know. I was just a kid. You know what I mean?
Well, one was a snowboarder.
Yes, I had mohawks. Oh, I had different color hair. I had blue hair before blue hair was cool.
Oh, shit.
I had blue hair before blue hair meant you were on that side.
Oh, wow. Shit. Oh, wow. Swirl One was setting trends. Who's to know? Fuck. Well, friends, there is the opening segment of this show. You've learned quite a lot this morning, I hope, about leadership as well as both your host and co-host here all at the same time. Who's to say, who's to know? But we got plenty more show coming your way, and I tell you what, we've been on it this week. We are 3 minutes till the top of the hour, 7:57, a little sequential number for you. Maybe that means some things are getting real good, about to get real hot. Who's to say, who's to know? But what I do know is that coming your way momentarily is the second segment of the day, the one and only Reaction Refinery. Alrighty then, my friends, back here live in prime time on episode 628 of Forge and Fuel for your second segment of the day, your Reaction Refinery. And this morning, we got 4 clips coming your way of the inspirational variety, if you will, maybe motivational variety, maybe mindset variety. We got some bangers this morning. Here lately, we've had some bangers, but these 4 right here, what I'm looking at right now, you just wait. And our first clip of the day, my friends, I actually referenced on yesterday's show. Swirl One was doing a little talking about some things we were like, and I started going down. I said, wait, hold the phone. I got a video. I got a clip that is literally in relation to exactly what we're talking about. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm just going to bring it to tomorrow's show. So here it is now, live from the Sweat Equity Podcast, hosted by Mr. Brian Blum, is the one and only Courtney Johnson, here to tell us about rich versus broke habits.
Some of these rich versus poor habits.
It seems in the patterns that I observe that my wealthier friends talk more about like goal setting. They talk more about what they're working on, their fitness. Like they share their, oh, here's my CPA or here's my financial advisor or whatever. Their mind is freed up so they can talk about more like existential topics, spiritual topics, philosophical topics. My broke friends tend to talk more about sports, celebrity gossip, surface level shit. Maybe a part of gaining wealth is the mentality of the things that you're talking to your friends about and the things that you're consistently reflecting on. And if the only things that you're talking about and consuming is just sports and celebrity and pop culture, you're a vessel.
Oh, buddy,
she said you're a vessel. A vessel for the system. They're just pumping shit into you, the digits in your face. Oh, I know how I can. And, you know, we talked a little bit about Bill Belichick yesterday, just kind of funny, whatever. But, oh, my God, can you believe Bill Belichick? He's going to UNC. And, oh, my gosh, he Patriots legacy. And now Billy. Yeah. Who the fuck cares? Oh, yeah, Bill Belichick, legendary Patriots coach, going to go coach UNC. Good for him. What the fuck does that? That's the price of tea in China. What the hell does that have to do with the price of corn in America? What does that have to do with my life? What is Bill Belichick? Now, if you're a sportscaster, if you're a fantasy football analyst, maybe, absolutely, add it to your show. You should talk about it. But if you're just a regular ass dude who's got fucking nothing going on in his life other than a Netflix account and an Xbox Ultimate Game Pass account, what the fuck are you doing? What are we talking about right now? Literally, if that doesn't make you realize the path we're on and what we talk about every single day and the other areas and the avenues in the gateway and in everything we do, there's not a conversation about, did you see what this celebrity's doing? Or did you see what this? And even if there is, like last week with the Hawk Tua rug, right? We were talking about it and hey, what does this mean? What does this mean? Ken wrote a whole article. Hey, if we go in this direction, could this possibly mean this? Is these type of litigations? What is this litigation? I've never heard that word before. And we had this whole fucking conversation on what it was, not just, oh, did you hear the $2 million? What a bitch. I can't believe it. And now you people, I'm just going to sit around and talk like a fucking moron, but I'm not going to do nothing to change it. Like, come on. What are we talking about? Are you doing rich things or are you doing broke things? Who's to say? Who's to know? I could not agree more with Courtney Johnson. Hot damn. What a mic drop, Swirl One.
Yeah, she definitely hit it. And I'll tell you, I'm the one that wrote that text in there about Bill Belichick, but it wasn't necessarily about the news. It was about the value. That's what I thought. And when I see that and I see somebody tarnish their legacy with what I consider to be a cheap price, right? I'm sorry, but you got a guy that's been playing in the NFL for 50 years, been doing this thing, more Super Bowls than anybody I know of. I'm pretty sure he's the highest. If I'm not, I could be wrong, but I think he is. And this guy is going to UNC for $3 million for 3 years. To me, that's a bargain for that guy. That's cheap. I would almost say he's selling himself short. So I look at that and go, why cheapen your brand? That's like me selling a grandpa for 5 cents. That's cheapening my brand. What are we doing? Like that would never happen, right? Somebody offered me some money for grandpas one time, a long time ago. And the amount of money they offered me, I kind of smiled and looked at him and said, well, I mean, wait, are you trying to buy one grandpa? Oh, you're trying to buy the whole project? Oh yeah, you got me fucked up. Yeah. That's not going to even buy one grandpa. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is not so much the news of Bill Belichick, but about keeping your worth and your value. Don't leave the position you are just to say, hey, I'm going to go do this or do that and cheapen the value of what you have, right? That's the difference. And right now, I think everywhere you look, there's people that are actually joining in those wrong conversations constantly. Those conversations come from the things that you turn on, that propaganda, right? Turn the TV off, shout out Kendrick. I'm just telling you, that's a big part of what's going on right now. People want that pop culture. They think that's how you start conversations. Not me, Muddy, not me. When I'm out there, I literally talk about what she was talking about. I literally talk about what we're investing in, how we're doing, what's our goals for next year. Hell, me and Capp had a conversation 2 days ago. And the first thing I said, Capp, here's what we need to do. Here's how it needs to go down. We need to start this day one. Like, right. There was no, hey, so did you check your fantasy football? Hey, did you, there was none of that. It was mission. We got a mission. We are moving forward. And if we don't discuss our plans with each other and get on the same page, then guess what? There is no providing guidance. There is no leaders in these two guys, if that's the case, right? We're following everybody else's trends instead of setting our own and providing guidance to everybody that's in our trend that we're trying to bring along. All 700 people from Monday, all 20 from today. It doesn't matter to me any way you look at it. We are going to be on the right page. We are going to talk about goals. We are going to talk about future. We are going to make it.
Yeah. Ooh. I felt that one down in my toes. Ooh. I tell you what, I can't have nothing but high level combos no more. I can't do it. I cannot talk about baseline average. Like last night, it was funny. Me and DZ were working on some shit for decoding. Fuck you, Mike. Decoding the Divide. New mics on the list coming up soon, kids. Who's to say, who's to know? Big changes on the horizon. We're talking about this whole Bill Belichick thing, and I was kind of working on some different shit, right? And he was starting to talk about it. I said, hold on, wait. I got to focus on this. I can't worry about fucking Bill Belichick right now. Wait, that doesn't even matter to me right now. I got to focus on this. Hold on. We'll come back to that. And by the time we had an opportunity to come back to that, we were already on some other high-level thoughts and conversations where we needed to go, what we were doing. I just don't have time to waste with that shit. And, oh, how's the weather? Motherfucker, it's cold. We all know it's fucking cold. Put on your jacket, go outside, quit being a bitch. I mean, what else do you want me to tell you? Like, oh, yeah, well, no sunshine today. Yeah, dickhead. You ever tried dancing in the rain? You ever tried bringing your own sunshine? You ever tried being different, being a leader, while everybody else is dragging their fucking knuckle? Oh, it's so cold out here. Oh, man, it's so hard to go outside this time. I can barely make it to the gym. If you make it to the gym during these times, especially before all the resolutioners start showing up again,
Amen.
You're a leader. You're doing rich things. You are enriching your life. And I just cannot comprehend how people don't want to live in that way. How people don't want to find the higher upper echelons of life. And I tell you, it doesn't work by being worried about being involved with celebrities or sports or whatever pop culture thing is going on. It happens getting so far away from that, it's not even funny. Who's to say, who's to know? But we have more clips coming your way. 3 more to be exact, baby. So clip number 2. This going take some things full circle here. Gonna put a nice little bow on the whole first half of the conversation we had. Maybe a little additional perspective we didn't get to. This is a video featuring one Mr. Oh, no, not a Mr. He is a Mr. But Dr. Nicholas Howland. I don't want to sell him short. This is him live on the Jimmy Rex pod and him discussing what it means to be a true alpha.
Who coined the term alpha, spent the rest of his career trying to discredit what it was because he was wrong. I can't remember if it was Yellowstone or somewhere like that. It was following a pack of wolves. And he wrote an entire paper on the alpha wolf. And he had the leader of the pack as the alpha wolf, the guy at the head of the pack. As they studied these wolves more, it wasn't the guy who was at the head of the pack who was the alpha and in charge of this pack of wolves. It was the one in the back. And the wolf in the back of the pack was actually the alpha. He was making sure that nobody got left behind, that there were no stragglers, that everybody was okay, that everybody was safe. And he was actually the alpha, not the one leading the way. And it's just interesting because now like this whole phrase has become this sort of demonized phrase to use when if you really understand it, it's a beautiful saying. Like to be alpha has nothing to do with like big, strong, testosterone injected masculinity. It's integrity and doing the right thing.
That's beautiful.
That's it.
That's beautiful, man.
I've heard that so many times.
These rich
That's a
versus
big one.
poor habits.
It seems
Hold on, everybody. All right, go ahead. You've heard that before.
Right. I've heard that so many times. Matter of fact, I don't know if I saw that study or read it, but I've seen that a few times. And the one thing I like about that is that people think just because they're up front of everybody and they're leading people, quote unquote, that they're the alpha. No, sometimes it's like I said, it's the mentor in the back that can see from 30,000 foot view, who can see the broad horizon. Because when you're in the front, you see what you see the tunnel. But when you're in the back, your view opens up and you can see a wolf go this way or one go that way. You can see the path they're on. And sometimes you can see what's even ahead because you've got that better view. That's what's so important right now when you're dealing with people. You cannot get up front because here's the thing. When you're looking forward, you got your back turned to them. Think about that. As you're walking forward, you are welcoming all of what's in front of you to do what they're supposed to do, and you're guiding them in that way. And the fact is, when they turn around to see if they got support and they see you back there, that's what the backbone is. That's why they like that. That's where you're back. When they go, hey, look, he's still there. Oh, he's still there. Okay, I can keep going. Right? There's a lot of support that comes from having someone back there. That's why, hey, you got my back, Cap?
Got my back, Swirl?
Oh, yeah, baby. I'm back here. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Okay, good. I wasn't worried. I just wanted to make sure real quick. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to you. Man, being a true alpha, being a true leader is just, moving with integrity, just doing what's right, taking the leaps of faith, moving with consistency, character, discipline, Everything we talk about. I just thought that was a real nice bow on top of the proverbial present we've put out so far this morning. Nice little cherry on top of the proverbial sundae. Who's to say, who's to know? That's what it means to be a true alpha. Shout out Dr. Nicholas Howland. I thought that was some damn good perspective for sure. Leaders don't lead from the front. They lead from the back. Woo! It also ties into what Motion was talking about too. You're not managing people, you're leading emotions. Damn, what a thought. Who's to say?
We've got some smart people that tune into this thing.
Yes, some big brain humming beans. I tell you what, Swirl One. However, we have some more clips to get into. 2 more coming your way. The next one up on tap would be number 1, 2, 3. And it features a man who I am a big fan of. A big appreciator of his work, the many movies that he has done across the years. I'm sure you could name your favorite, maybe Wedding Crashers, probably one of my all-times. Who's to say, who's to know?
You don't never watch that movie.
You've never seen Wedding Cousin.
You know my movie
Cousin.
situation, bro.
I know it came out early. That was my prime. That was when movies were fucking movies. Now they're just dog shit. However, not Owen Wilson. No, we're not saying hi to Owen. Rather, his partner in crime, PIC, Vince Vaughn, here this morning to tell us why we should stop blaming external factors.
Don't blame anything. You have a really good chance to do your best at whatever you're doing. If you say, oh, I didn't get enough sleep last night, or I didn't eat right this morning, or my partner's not good, the minute you give that power, you've given yourself a reason not to do well. It's almost like that movie Old Yeller. I showed that to my son. At the end of that movie, the dog dies that he kind of first doesn't like and then he's really attached to. And the dad comes home with a new horse, there's puppies, there's a girl that might like him, and he's just focused on the dog that died. And the dad says, you got to forget it. He says, how do you forget something like that? He says, well, I don't mean that you forget it. You got to mourn it. You have to honor it. But once it's over with, there becomes a point where it's not constructive to dwell on it. And if you focus on the bad, everything in your life goes bad. You don't notice the new dog, the new horse.
Bro, that is how people live their days. It is so crazy. We talk about people worried about tomorrow so much that they don't take care of today. We talk about people getting up so worried about the anxieties of yesterday that they can't attack today. We talk about it all the time. People are constantly in a forward and a backward mind thought. That's just the bottom line. They don't think about what I can handle today to make today better. And just like he said, they give themselves that power of negativity by just saying things like, oh, I'm really tired today. Oh, man, I just can't catch a break. All these different things are literally weighing on you. We talked about it yesterday. 7 times more powerful negativity is to your body and your brain. We are literally wired to take that in. So why would you give anything 7 times power? Think about that. The only thing I want 7 times more power is my compounding interest. That's the only thing I want. Give me 7x on anything. But don't give me 7x on the things that are going to hurt me. Don't give me 7x on my bad thoughts. Don't give me 7x on my not consistent actions. That's not what I want. I want 7x on my day-to-day compound interest on everything I put together. The 4 or 5 things, that's where it's going to matter. If you're literally saying to yourself, man, I hope today's going to be a good day, you're giving yourself an opportunity to have a bad day. You're not saying it's going to be a good day. Somebody called me yesterday, hey, how you doing? I said, I woke up today. It's going to be a great day. And the guy on the other side of the phone's paused. He's like, it is going to be a great day. I'm like, yeah, it is. He actually had to stop and realize, who knows what he was saying to himself all day yesterday morning before he got that call. But a lot of people don't even tell themselves they're going to have a good day. They don't even give themselves a chance. They never even speak of good things throughout the day.
Damn. Yep. All of that right there. What are you giving power to? What are you putting your energy into? What are you allowing to have power over you? Man. And just stop blaming shit. Stop saying negative shit. Stop saying stupid shit. Just at least be neutral. If you can't be positive about it, just at least be neutral. And that's what I love what you said, man. That is where so many people get caught. They just keep blaming the external factors and woe is me and I can't ever catch a break and this and that and the third. Well, yeah, when that's all you focus on, when that's all you have your energy directed towards is the bad and how it's getting worse and how you can't ever get out. And oh my gosh, here's rock bottom. Oh, wait, that wasn't rock bottom. I'm going even deeper. Fuck. You wonder why. Maybe start giving power to positivity, power to the right thoughts, putting your energy into books instead of Netflix, putting your energy into podcasts instead of scrolling social media aimlessly. I don't know. Just some thoughts, just some perspectives of how I've stopped blaming external factors and getting through the I know why nots. That's all Vince Vaughn is talking about right there, is just allowing yourself to get through those things. And really, it's just because, well, I'm too tired. Well, I did this yesterday, so I can't do this today. Well, the way my bank account's set up, I don't know if I could. It doesn't. I don't. Just keep making excuses or start elevating. Choice is yours. But we have one more clip coming your way. And this one might be the best one of the day. This one here is Fire Flame Heat. This one right here, it might make me stand up on my feet. This guy I'm a big fan of. You'll be seeing him around the Instagram reels from time to time. You see him all over the internet. He goes by the name Mike Todd. He likes to stand on stages and get real interactive and tell people the secrets to thriving in this thing called life in a way that not many people can. So joining us this morning, Mr. Mike Todd, here to describe the fall.
The fall onto the floor. The fall wouldn't hurt me. Hitting the ground would. So many people think the pain is in the fall. The pain is in what you hit and how far you fall from. Whenever I'm talking do y'all realize I still fail? I just didn't hit. You gotta get the people in your life that no matter when you fall, it doesn't matter how you fall, they're the ones that can. Y'all missed it. Y'all been walking around with these weak people, and God said you better find somebody. See, the truth of the matter is I fall all the time. I got scared, but even though it looked awkward, I'm in no pain. When you get the right people around you, the fall may look awkward. This is the type of friends you need around. Friends that are anticipating. He should not be dating her. He can't move to that city. Friends for the fall. Not if you fall, when you get the diagnosis. Nobody planned for it. When the miscarriage happens. When the building closes. When you do an extreme example with spit. Most of y'all wouldn't have been around me, but I had a few people when the world tried to come after me. The reason why I'm still standing here is because I took a fall, but I had the right partner. There's power. How far you fall is directly connected to your friends.
Buddy, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I can't tell you. I have fallen so much. I'm so grateful. That hits so hard because if I didn't have Capp, the Diamond Hand Media Group, certain people around me, I wouldn't be standing. And I got to say, it's great. It feels so good to have God on my side. Man, that hit hard. I have fallen so much. I've scraped my knees. I've hit my head. There's been people there that didn't catch me, but I'm not in that place now. I'm about to move into a whole new chapter of falling forward. And I got people that'll pick me up. All I got is gratitude.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, hit me that hard too, man. Hit me that hard and hit me that hard watching it again. And I think of the exact same things that you're thinking. And it is just so powerful the way he put it. And being able to have people around that I loved the part where it was real awkward and he caught him by surprise.
It was great. That's caught. Like, dude, you have no idea.
Hey, it might look awkward, but it didn't hurt. Like I still fell, but I still had somebody there. And somebody who's on attention, somebody who's watching your every move, making sure you're straight, making sure you're good, always thinking about you, waiting for that moment. But I'm gonna be there.
They anticipate your misstep and help guide you back or pick you back up and put you right back on the path. That's what you need.
150%, man. And that's what we have around here. If you can't see it in the emotion in the both of us and what we got going on and where we're at. Woo! That was some shit right there.
Hey, Cap, this is way more bigger than you and I. We've talked about this. The power that we hold, being able to just get on this camera every day and speak our truths and be real, raw, and open and not have any judgment and not worry about embarrassing myself or making something of an ass of myself. What I don't care, because you know what? I'm doing the damn thing. I'm up here every day. I'm not trying anything. You don't try to turn the camera on. You do or you don't. And I do fall. And I'm in the hallway. As a matter of fact, I fell about a month ago when all this kind of hit me. And if I didn't have these brothers around me right now to tell me it's going to be great and I didn't have something to look forward to, buddy, it would have been a tough fall. It really would have been. But now I'm looking at it as, you know what, I'm so glad I did, because I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, man. I'm anticipating. I'm going to be there to help Cap, and I'm going to be there to help DZ, and I'm going to be there to help GACC and DHMG, and we're going to keep anticipating each other's falls and keep putting each other back on the right feet.
Yeah, man. All of that and more, right? It's exactly what we're doing. It's exactly why we're finding success, whatever that is. In my opinion, being happy, healthy, centered, and fulfilled. And I ain't been all four of those more in my entire fucking life. So I feel like we're doing something right here. Who's to say, who's to know? You have that here, ladies and gents. You're not alone. Straight fucking facts.
Amen, bro. Hey, that picture we showed yesterday of the whole crew, man. It's funny because you can go through and just like pick everybody out, and you know, right? And I tell you, somebody like Emotion, I just can't be more thankful for a guy like that in my corner right now. I just can't. There's just people out there that I even said it when I moved to St. Louis. When I left Cleveland, I left the city. It was amazing. I loved Cleveland. It was great. A lot of people there, but I don't have the same feeling about St. Louis when it comes to the city. But there are a couple people there that the whole reason for me to be there was because I could meet those people and I could have these experiences and I could further that portion of my life. And it's through many of these people on this screen right here that have created those wins and have allowed me to be stronger in being me. And these are important. That person on the far left over there, Sean Montgomery, that's my guy from
Monty.
I would have never met him if I didn't come to St. Louis.
Shit. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. You got too many.
He's got all kinds of stuff going on. But, that's the thing about it. Sometimes you go to certain places to meet people, not to live in the place. And that's one thing I'm doing, is trying to make sure I realize what the difference is.
Man. Hell yeah. Get all these amazing human beings, huh?
So awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
It really is.
Fuck yeah,
man.
Shout out
Angel SD too. Shout out Angel SD, man. He's a rock, man. I like that.
Fucking straight. And, shout out Mr. Oswald Mata.
Yeah, for real.
He doesn't look 7 foot tall in the picture, but I promise you, he is 7 foot tall. That is all 7 foot tall. I know Live Dog looks taller than him. That's because Live Dog is 8 foot tall. Right, there's a solid foot.
He's standing on a soapbox.
Right, and that's why me and Swirl are down low. If we actually stood up, you would see that we're only about here on Chris Ahumada, right? But we just didn't want everybody to know that. So just so you know, Chris Ahumada is about 7'2". It is the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life when you actually see him live in prime time. Who's to say? Who's to know? If you know, you know. Shout out to the Diamond Hand fam, man.
Shout out Diamond Hands.
Shout out Swirl One. Shout out everything we're doing here. This is just some good shit. I figured that would be a pretty damn good way to wrap up the second segment of the day and the entire conversation we've been having so far, and segue us right into the third and final segment of the day, where we get to tap in with the live viewers, some of our OGs for show. Who's to say, who's to know who else might be out there? But let's take a gander. Let's dive in. Let's connect as we get into your third and final segment of the day. Your Answers from the Anvil. Beam me down, Scotty. You have been beamed down into the third and final segment of the day, Answers from the Anvil, where we like to get some questions from you. Tell you how we've been thrown on the anvil of life and pounded out a couple of times. Maybe give you some more secrets on how we've survived this thing called life day in and day out. Maybe a little additional perspective. Maybe we tripped some triggers and you got some thoughts, something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul. If so, now is your time to drop it live in prime time in the chat. If you haven't already, we will shift up and then we will pop your comments out on the screen. So without further ado, D's, do what it do. Let's make it happen. Who we got out there today, my guy? Yeah, buddy, it's the one, the only, Mr. Jared Albright, always shining, always beaming. He says, great morning, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day today. We hope you have a wonderful day. Good.
Oh, Jared Albright found my Instagram, and I think he realized I'm still as positive over there as I am over here. So, you know,
very much so. Very, very much so. Yeah, Jared was on an Instagram spree last night.
I noticed.
There was about a 30-minute period where it was just and I was just like, goodness gracious. Well, somebody must have found my Instagram page.
That's exactly what I said too.
Shout out, Jared. We appreciate you. And Jarrett and Tico and Charlie. Shout out to all the amazing Albright fam over there. Speaking of fam, we got one half of the Metal Crazy fam. Mrs. Metal in the building. Great morning, fam. Happy Thankful Thursday. Remember, gratitude is the attitude, so go out and practice the act of appreciation every day and watch your problems seem a little less overwhelming. What are you giving your energy to? What are you focusing on? Are you sitting closer to your problems? Or are you sitting closer to God? And that's all gratitude is. That's where gratitude starts, is being thankful for the person, the being, the thing, omnipotent, omnipotent, omnipresent, that puts you on this doggone flat plane or floating rock, whatever you still believe it is. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out, Mrs. Metal. Love the perspective on the show. Mr. Jeff Damascus Oglesby, GM. We appreciate you, good sir. Thanks for tuning in, spreading these vibes down there in Missouri. Mama Capp in the building. Kim Jones, great morning. Let's go. Ooh, we might have a mascot appearance. Nope, she went away too fast. I thought I was going to scoop her up. Grammy P in the house, too. Great Thursday, super soldiers. Be the light. Spread that PLP. Blessings to all family. Blessings right back to you, Grammy P. We love you. Brian Live Dog Livingston, GM Diamond Handers, and other folks stopping in. Great morning to you, good sir. Hope you're crushing it, hauling that hardwood up there on the East Coast. Hey, maybe I got to give you a little holler today. Maybe if you're open, maybe we get them old tin cans with the string connected between the two of them. Maybe I say, hey, how you doing over there? And you say, oh, I'm doing pretty good over there. And, you know, maybe we have a little conversation. Who's to know? Shout out, Mr. Live Doggy Dog. You the man. Who else we got out there, D's? Another Mrs. Metal comment. Man, she's got some great perspective. I tell you what, this lady just be hitting it sometimes. You will never be a true leader until you can become a servant of those people you're supposed to be leading. If that isn't the truth, man. True leaders don't delegate. They appreciate. They help. They push people forward. Man, that's such good stuff right there. I love that. Slugbug, she says, tell the devil to run. The Diamond Hand fam's feet have hit the ground.
Damn right,
Happy
baby.
Thursday, y'all.
Yeah.
Damn straight. That's what I'm talking about, Slugbug. Shout out to you and all your beautiful fam. We appreciate you tuning in. Shane Harper, Motion, the man, the myth, the legend. Mentioned him a few times over the course of the show. Think about being in a marathon and your team is with you. Are you leading while setting the pace or setting the pace while leading? Well, that fucks my mind up.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second, but I like it. I like it.
Am I leading while I'm going to have to think about that for a little while. Setting the pace while I'm leading. Damn, Motion, you got my brain working in all types of gears right now. Shout out to you, dude. Great perspective. One time for the one time. You don't think of leaders being in marathons. You don't think about teams being in wow, shit. Whoa, there's all types of thoughts to go down rabbit holes right there. Shout out, Motion. We appreciate you. JK, big time. Life experienced has showed me that true leaders elevate others and people placed in position of authority try to dominate others. You'll quickly know who is a true leader. Couldn't agree more. Nail on the proverbial hammer on the proverbial nail. Who's say, who's to know? Shout out to you, Mr. JK Big Time, live from our nation's capital. Jared Albright, he also had blue hair. Him and Swirl were twinning. Back for it was cool. Turned out Aqua. He actually got banned from singing in an all-state choir concert. Oh, he said, no way, no blue hair. That was back in the days where they weren't fucking around with that shit. You couldn't just be rocking blue hair anytime you wanted. Wow.
Hey, you don't understand. I got crazy looks back then. I had blue hair, pink hair, purple hair, red hair. I had all the colors. And this is way before it was cool or it identified with a certain political party.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what, it's kind of crazy how times have changed. It's kind of wild. You know, I used to have the frosted tips. I used to do all types of shit.
I'm not surprised about the frosted tips. That does not.
Why you fucking say it like that? What kind of dog shit is that?
That does not surprise me.
Motherfucker, why'd you fucking say it like that? That's some bullshit, bro.
Bro, I saw your haircut at Jack Vegas. I know you did some things in your time.
Don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing, bro. That was like a couple of months, dude. That's all that was right there. Then we regrew out.
I also saw the people you were hanging around with, and I was kind of like,
yeah, it wasn't the ideal situation. No, that wasn't great.
I was Texas Day Brazil, by the way.
Would you fucking son of a bitch? Probably not as good as the fucking dumpling joint in the fucking Cosmopolitan. Hey, how's your two singer friends you took out to dinner? Fuck stick.
Wow, that was good. I liked it. That was good. And you know what's funny? I actually called one of those singer friends the other day. True story. I called one of them singer friends, and I was like, no answer. Obviously, I had a feeling. So I left a message. Hey, I got some tracks. I need some vocals. You want to work together? Please give me a call back. I'd love to work with you and your voice. Yes. And do you realize how many calls I got back since then? Yeah.
Brother.
Tell me that wouldn't be amazing.
Brother. That's retarded. I'm gonna say it. That's retarded. Wow.
Just the thought I had one day, and I'm like, you know what? You don't call, you don't get it. So I called. I put it on the voicemail. I've got tracks. I need vocals. Let's work. And nothing.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh, dude, I literally I could hear it. It doesn't even exist.
Oh, me too.
I can hear it. It doesn't exist.
What you hear right now would be amazing. Oh.
Who's to say? Who's to know?
Missed opportunities, buddy.
Who's to say? Who's to know? Maybe something happens. Maybe some people open their eyes and stop fucking around with total fucking morons, and maybe actually want to, hang out with people who've just been trying to level up their lives since the beginning and have invited them to multiple events and didn't want anything from them. Just wanted to give back to them for everything they've given to us. Who's to say? Who's to know? I'm just fucking saying. Whoa, that fucks my mind up, Swirl One. Oh boy. Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City carry us on the third segment of the day. Mr. Ken Buckler, the only exception I'd make to rich versus broke conversations is you have to find some humor in things. Life is too short not to laugh. Enjoy it, but don't lose focus on your goals. Absolutely. I honestly think that, some of the funniest people I've met are the people who have some of the most money, because they've learned to stop taking life so seriously. They don't have the average stresses of everybody else. Like, I think about Lil Monkey Man, son of a bitch. Perkins. I can't think of fucking Perkins' the last name. Son of a bitch. That's Perkins. All right, I'm never going to forget it again because it's the Perkins restaurant. Perkins. Got it. All right, I'm here. We're good. No problem. Whole point. Dude's funny as a motherfucker. He's got fucking cash falling out of his fucking pockets in all four of them, for crying out loud. And he's funny as all fucking shit. I mean, the way he just presents and talks and just quick zingers. And I started thinking, it's just how many different people who are in that rich mindset or are really rich, they live life fun, having enjoyment, going 180 down the E-way, fucking getting off, telling some laughs about it after they did it. Damn, did you see that motherfucker? Holy shit, that was crazy. Those are the type of people I'm trying to be surrounded with. People who can laugh, people who can have some fun, people who want a rich, fulfilled life, not a broke, thanks for noticing me style of life.
Everything's funny with a pocket full of money.
Oh, don't you know it, honey? Ooh! Shout out to our good friend, our favorite red pill yahoo, Mr. Ken Buckler, and the beautiful Miss BB over there at Radio Free Hub City. JK Big Time back in the chat. Gossiping is the biggest waste of time and energy. Keep that shit from around me. I can't stand drama, boy. It has no place in my inner circle. Men don't gossip. Fucking facts, cousin. Tell it to the boys in the back. Louder so them motherfuckers can hear it. Men don't gossip. We don't sit around.
Did you hear what Bobby did? Did you hear what Kyle did? Oh my God, can you believe Jeff did that? That is so ridiculous.
That just makes my blood curdle. Like that just I can't go look at myself in a mirror after I sit around and I talk about somebody, because if I'm talking about somebody, chances are somebody else is talking about me. So if I don't want that feeling, why would I put that feeling on somebody else? And you always get caught. You know, always somebody's always slips up and you always get caught. Hey, motherfucker, you were talking that shit. No, I wasn't. What do you mean? Who told you that? I ain't been in one of those situations in a real long time, because men don't gossip. Whoo, shout out JK. Fuck, that was fire. Chris Oswald. Great morning. Have a spectacular day, everyone. I'm 7 foot tall on the outside, he meant to say. Yeah, who's to say, who's to know? Not on the inside, on the outside. Yeah, on the outside. That's right. Not on, what are you talking about, Chris? Yeah, you're 7 foot tall on the inside, too. All your organs have to be 7 foot tall compatible, right? You know, you can't have little 4 foot tall organs and stuff. You know, you got thanks for getting us up to date. I don't really know why you needed to tell us that. I mean, for sure. Cool.
We got you back, bro.
Thanks for being, hey, good for you being 7 foot, bro. You didn't have to rub it in our face. Yeah, hey.
Every time I see Chris, I'm like, hey, Chris, how's it going?
And 7 foot tall on the inside. What, on the inside of your shorts? I mean, slow the fuck down, okay? You ain't got to fucking be shaming us, pal. Bro. Yeah, you just chill out. All right, chicken sucker. Shout out Oswald Mata. We appreciate the fuck out of you. Another Mrs. Metal comment. This family has been our godsend to our family. Couldn't imagine our lives without all of you. Shout out Mrs. Metal. We appreciate the hell out of you and Mr. Metal. All the fam, all the Estes, big love down there to Florida, baby, in the PCB panhandle. We love you. Shout out to you both. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beans. Tapped in, tuned in, locked in, live in prime time in the chat over there. We can't thank you enough. Thanks for wrapping the show up with us today. Shout out to all of you watching the recording and any of you listening to this fine program as well. Well, my friends, we are 37 minutes after the top of the hour, and I got some missions to complete. Swirl One's got some missions to complete. Deezy's got some missions to complete. So it seems like it's time to wrap this bad boy up for the day. Choose a little paper, maybe a little plastic, put a bow on that summer beach, and go turn some obstacles into opportunities. But now, before we check back in one more time with the legend, DJ Swirl One, any final thoughts, reminders, perspectives, comments, questions, concerns, anything in between for episode 628?
I am so excited to be here with you guys today. What a great show. I tell you what, we get better every day. 628. Man, we've been doing this for a while. Really looking forward to what the future brings as we get into this next year, right? Also, if everybody here wouldn't mind putting out a little comment about today's show, hey, maybe letting everybody know what's going on with it, what they can look forward to, and where they can tune in to, Diamond Hands, maybe some Gateway or any of that kind of thing. Also, tonight with the Grandpa Abe Country Club, if you are a poker aficionado, bring your grandpa. We'll let you play some poker tonight. You could even qualify for the monthly tournament if you are available for that too. So there is a lot of great things that are coming up. We're getting into a Friday tomorrow, kicking off this weekend, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be going out to a new location later today, so I'll see you from another one of these tomorrow morning. We'll just bring you some great vibes on a Friday. So, Cap, thanks for being here. Deezy, appreciate your help back there. Great job on the soundboard, my friend.
Traveling man, always going to complete a mission in some foreign land. Shout out to you. Safe travels. Enjoy that wonderful cold weather up there in the old Fargo, the old North Dakota. Nice and north. Don't you know a little north frozy? Shit. and nice and chilly up there right now. It's chilly right now.
Boy, it's cold, bro. I don't know. Can I turn the camera and see? Maybe you guys can see this. Let's see if we can see.
We got a full view. Ooh, it looks colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra out there. Woo! Yeah. Ooh, shit, my nipples could cut glass if I was there right now. Hot damn, I'm glad I'm not there. But hey, we got 4 degrees right now. It's looking pretty doggone similar. I turn you guys too, but my cables are all fucking in.
Yeah, don't do that.
We don't need that shit. I was actually thinking about changing locales. Maybe I was talking with DZ about some stuff. I was thinking maybe practicing some Aikido and one day just showing up and saying, ha! New view.
Feng Shui?
New location. Ha 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 ha. I don't know. I was just kind of thinking about it. I said, Deez, what do you think if I did this? Whatever. That's a lot of work. But who's to know? Always trying to improve the show. Always trying to get better. And maybe one of these here days, sooner rather than later, we're just all in the same fucking location together. And I don't know.
Don't put that out there if you don't want it to happen.
Well, that's why I put it out there. So shout out to you, Swirl One. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thanks for all your perspective, all your vibes, and bringing those insights the only way you know how, all morning long. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday because you, sir, deserve it. As for all of you humming beans, you deserve it too. I hope you're ready to go turn some obstacles into opportunities, losses into lessons, and what you thought was going to be a failure, just a brand new chance to flourish. But not before I also remind you of a couple of things. If you missed it last night, Decoding the Divide was hot and heavy. Ooh, we got you up to date, all things Luigi Mangione. We also talked about them UFOs. We let Miss Hayes tell us about Damascus and all the stuff going on over there. I'm telling you what, it was filled with knowledge and insights that nobody else is talking about on the timeline, and definitely not in mainstream media. So make sure you check that out. If you didn't, we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern on X and Rumble. Also, we featured it last night, and I'll tell you about it again. If you don't know, you won't know. Mine and Shine Apparel. You can get your swag, your show swag. There is an entire collection entitled Show Swag, and it's got Decoding the Divide and Forge and Fuel, hoodies, t-shirts, beanies, everything you could possibly want. Maybe we'll add some stuff, more things in there, some different little things as time rolls along. Who's to say, who's to know? We also got a banging winter collection over there. You can get your hoodies, you can get your beanies, you can get ready to rock and roll as it gets colder and colder outside. You can stay warm with some Diamond Hand pride. But outside of that, if you're looking for the link to Mine and Shine, or maybe the GAC Pro Shop, or maybe the Gateway, maybe you'd like to become a full-time member of the Diamond Hand fam today, or maybe one of our other pertinent links like our website or our Rumble page or something in between, you can find it all down in this episode's description. If you're listening to the show, you can find it in your description as well. And while you're laughing, looking at that description, maybe you could hit a follow. Maybe you could hit a like. Maybe you could hit a subscribe. Leave us a rating. Hit a like. Another like. Maybe one more like after that. Maybe you repost. Maybe a quote post. Let the people know on the timeline why you tuned in live in prime time. Maybe make your own clip. If you see a clip out there, repost it. Whatever doggone thing you see on your screen, just smash the hell out of it. Put it out there. Repost it. Hey, if you make your own clip, don't be a hoe. Tag us, share the show, and we'll share it from our own timelines. We love when you guys do that type of stuff. So shout out to you. We appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Grow and flow with this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group and helping us make them bigger and better for each and every one of you. But my friends, that's all we got for today. It's time to officially wrap up, baby. But not before we remind you that number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind that DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts for spending your time here with us this morning. We'll keep paying it back to you by showing up every single day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours, baby. But for now, for our Mr. Producer, Derek DEEZYYDZ Snow. For the co-host with the mo-host, BJ Swirl One. Swirl One. Sparks. And for your hostess with the mostest, myself, Colton Capp Swirl. We can't thank you enough for stopping by. We hope you have a terrific rest of your Thursday, unless you have any other plans. We bid thee adieu, and we say unto you, peace and love.